This is Ader.
This is Dane.
This is Chris.
And we just leveled up. Woo-hoo. And now we're going to find Miss Marvel.
And we invited Gambit to join us instead of the Thing.
Because really, it's...
Oh, whoa!
Way to be, Luke Cage.
What the heck, man. Cage? What did I ever do to you?
Cage smash.
You know, if Jessica Jones was here, she would be really mad at you.
She likes my nipples.
I have not... Have anyone actually watched that?
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love it.
It actually wound up being really, really good. I was skeptical about it, but it's actually a really good series.
I've been watching too much anime lately.
Ah.
I was very pleased because I know I was definitely really worried about it, but it wound up being a really good watch.
Which actually... Well, never mind. You guys can talk about Jessica Jones. I'll bring up my grievance in a little bit.
My wife, actually, she's not a big fan of, like, the Daredevil series, but she really, really got into Jessica Jones. Excuse me. I sneezed.
Is that all?
That was it. That's it.
Okay.
I figured you guys would go in a little bit more.
No. No. About Jessica Jones. I thought you meant my sneeze. No. It was fantastically well acted.
Yeah.
And it was...
and David Tennant was great, which I knew he would be.
Yeah.
I mean...
Very sexual for a Marvel show.
Which, that was actually part of what I was worried about, given what I knew the content was going to be with, like Zedediah and stuff.
Now, you don't see a whole lot of, like female nudity, but... Because if you're, like, going in for nipples, it's all about the Luke Cage nipples. Because you see him shirtless quite a few times.
I don't understand how that's really...
Which he's getting his own series now, isn't he?
Yeah, it's still in the works.
Luke Cage and Iron Fist.
Iron Fist. That'll be an interesting one. It'll be interesting to see how they kind of crack that one.
Yeah, that's going to be weird.
Oh, look. If I were the Scarecrow, I'd be excited because we found a brain.
Alright, well, my grievance is all around the fact that I've been watching tons and tons of anime.
Mm-hmm.
This is true, you have.
And my biggest... Are we supposed to go?
I think we go this way.
My biggest grievance is anime shows that basically have... They have a season 1 where there's fan service, here and there. The typical,
Yeah.
That's just kind of the way it is, unfortunately.
Anymore.
Bouncy, what have you.
The bouncy
what have you.
Just like everyone hopefully would know what fan service means, if not just Urban Dictionary.
Yeah,
so,
look it up.
The typical fan service, here and there. Just it's not like the main focus of the show, but it's definitely there. And it really depresses me that when season 2 comes out, they basically completely get rid of the story that was a really great story in the light novels, specifically as to why they got a manga and an anime show to begin with, but they completely get rid of the story because they're like, all people really cared about was fan service. And that really upsets me because I'm never going to get to see another season of some of my animes that I really like because they didn't do well because it turned into nothing but fan service.
Because they lost their fans due to the fact that they thought they were giving the fans the service they wanted.
Yeah, they're like, well, the fans only want this. It was there in season 1, so clearly that's what they really liked about it.
Yeah.
And that it really feels like, for me, it just destroys the source material, and that really stinks.
No, I understand. And what's funny is we've kind of hit this point where there's shows that have fan service, and it actually will turn people away. An example I think I've brought up before is Kill la Kill. Such a good show. It's such a good show. But it's kind of a tongue-in-cheek fan service. They even address it in a particular episode. But it's kind of become this thing where it's either super, super serious, or if it is, there's... Yeah, fan service is putting it politely.
And I still haven't checked it out yet, but I know we talked about that on, what was it? I actually just watched it recently. Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, okay.
I think one of our final episodes is Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah. I have a friend who's really into anime, and she was saying that Kill la Kill seemed like it was going to bother her, but then it wound up being...
It's really, really good. Actually, yeah, speaking... I was at I live across the street from a Barnes & Noble, and the lady behind the counter was checking me out the other day because I read a lot. Totally not there for board games and other stuff. I noticed on her like lanyard, you know, they have flair or whatever, and she had like 2 different Kill la Kill pins, and I said something about it because I see Kill la Kill, I'm going to talk about it. And she even, I'm like, oh, you watch it? Awesome. Because it's one of those things you don't want to tell everybody, because if they've not seen it, they'll kind of judge you for it, you know? But I was like, you like Kill la Kill? She's like, it's honestly one of my favorite animes. It's so good. And kind of struck up this conversation. But even she, like, when people came over, was kind of like, you know, I'm a woman, but I still feel uncomfortable telling people I watched it because... You know, they if they know what it is, they have this predisposition to just immediately just, oh, you like those shows where it's showing off boobies and stuff, which
at least at first glance, that does seem like what goes on in
exactly.
that show.
Like there is a lot of skin, but you don't actually see anything per se. But that's kind of what a lot of fan service is, anyhow.
Yeah.
Fantastic story, amazing animation.
But the thing is, I mean, I don't really care for fan service itself, but, I mean, in the right context and in the right type of show, it definitely has a place. Like, I don't think it's necessarily a super bad thing. It's just, like, sex in movies. Like, so there's so many movies these days where they're like, let's just put a sex scene in.
Yeah, that's really the thing. Same with me. And, like,
where it has a place, it's great. But sex, just to put sex in a movie, is stupid.
It's really dumb.
So, like, Watchmen.
Well, actually, yeah, Watchmen's not, I don't think, a fair example. Like, that's...
Really? Because you did not need to have...
That sex scene did have to happen because he couldn't get it up before. But now that he's a superhero again, he can. That actually serves a purpose.
But the problem is, in the movie, they didn't really establish...
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the blue guy. Where there's like 6 of them that show up.
Which that happens in the comics too.
I get, and part of that, I will say, I do understand that the reason why it was there is because it was supposed to be him not understanding what it's like to be a human anymore. However, I still feel like it was out of place and odd.
I think it was done poorly.
It was really done poorly because they definitely could have explored... I'm stunned or something. Never mind.
Yep.
They definitely could have explored it in a different way.
That's her and Gambit. That was pretty neat.
Good lord. Well, that happened.
And I feel like it could have been done way better.
Well, and that's something we see that's a symptom of the entire system. For example, a good example is Star Trek Into Darkness. Whatever your opinion of the story is, whether you liked it or you didn't like it, there's a particular scene...
Shocker's down here. I'm pretty sure we have to kill him.
That is completely unnecessary. Which is Kirk following, what's her name?
Chapel?
No, she's not Chapel. She's Carol.
That's what I meant, yeah.
Carol, into the shuttle, and she just starts undressing.
For literally no
like, there's no plot happen. Well, I guess a lot of plot happens on screen, if you know.
Yeah, but isn't she changing into like a battle suit or something?
No, like she doesn't even nothing actually happens. If
she just gets naked.
She's just stripping down.
Because it's been a while since I've seen
the whole scene. Like the second time I watched through,
if you could revive me.
I realized this is completely unnecessary.
Why did I become?
I don't know, but
I'm dead too. No, I'm Gambit.
I wanted. Yes, this is exactly what I wanted. I've been trying to
There we go.
Good news.
That's what I do. Really
Overpower.
There we go, Miss Marvel.
I'm gonna need a breather soon.
We don't get her yet, do we? Though.
No, not to the end of this level.
Well, then you need to come with us.
Can you help us?
Of course. I've done some recon already. There's an old
Her teeth are very off.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
The way she talks and everything, it's like they put peanut butter in a horse's mouth, and it's like trying to like how they do Mr. Ed. Yeah.
This game is a little
dated,
on the older side.
No, I mean for sure.
So we desperately need health.
Yeah.
There you go.
And Luke Cage is dead.
I just revived him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the rest of us really need
No, I know for sure.
I don't know if that was a good idea.
Well, these guys were just hanging out the entire time. I could...
hanging out.
I see.
I don't even know if... Yeah, since I'm actually dead now. I don't know if Cage was a good idea. That guy's horrible. How do you like him?
I really like him because he's actually really pretty well balanced, and he doesn't take a whole lot of damage most of the time, but here lately I'm just running into everything.
That's what I'm doing, I guess.
We're about to get a healing thing anyway that'll revive you.
I need some help.
So,
Oh,
there you go.
Finally. And I never come back with full health, because why would I?
no, I don't think anybody comes back with full health because you died.
It super sucks.
That would be too helpful.
Healthful?
Well, we've certainly...
I see what you did there.
I'm pretty sure we're supposed to go this
I know.
way.
Well, let's find out what's at the end of this tunnel
Yeah.
on the next
episode, yeah. 'cause
Next
we're just running out of
episode
time.
of Infinite Errors, let's figure out this tunnel.
Yeah, so we'll see you next time.
Love
Bye.
you.